Battlefield of Eternity, let's go! Game on, everybody! Map number 1, our best of 5 today here at the Masters Clash. We're looking at Playday number 3, and we have the number 1 against the number 8, the first against the last. Inting for Ruby has to deal with the donuts today, and yeah, it is actually gonna be well, I talked about this on the second Playday, and I think the same really holds true. On the one hand, you can look at the pairings that Inting for Ruby gets. You can be like, oh my god, these guys, they get crushed. They go up against the strongest opponents every time. They played against the Hardos, now they play against the Donuts. It's just like, how do these guys survive getting their asses kicked week after week after week? That's one way to look at it. But honestly, I feel like the way better way to look at this is that they now have the opportunity to just grow and experiment, to play against teams that are notably stronger than them and would probably beat them. Try to win a map, which is super important, because chances are pretty low that they are going to be able to take an entire best of 5 series. But a map, that's possible. And even if they don't win a map, misbanned by the way, ha ha. Even if they don't take a map, like just getting the experience against like strong opponents like this is worth a lot, because it means that you still have some time to grow, you have some time to practice, to learn, to get better, and then once you have matches that go up against opponents in the lower 4 where you can have a real shot of winning the series, then you know you have a bit more experience. Because the opposite, I think, is way worse. When at the beginning, when you're still a little bit new, you're still trying to find your footing, and you go up against an opponent where it's really important that you beat them, but you just don't have the experience yet, and then you get beaten, and by the time that you finally find your flow, then you go up against the big boys. So I like this one. I think this is better for them, as long as they don't get demotivated by having trouble here. Now, as far as the draft go, outside of the miss on the ban here, the one thing that was obvious is that Uther would immediately be picked. I mean, Fish, I've been talking about this, he likes to play that as a main tank. Every single time they have a chance to pick Uther, they go for Uther right away. So on the other side, we got the Sonya Stukov combo, but of course the second support was still missing here. We're on Battlefield this time, so Lucio comes in and gives them a lot of sustain during the fights in the middle. Sylvanas for the extra push power. First of all, immortal damage, pressure, but also the extra push power that comes with Sylvanas once that you get the objective. If you do. On the bans, we got Medivh banned out, and also Diablo, so they don't want to get pushed around by Lauber. The Diablo ban is kind of interesting, honestly. I feel that that is something where they could have played around something else, but we had some really nice Diablo performances on the second Playday in particular. So with that in mind, not too much of a shocker. But yeah, off we go. I mean, the Sylvanas pick, Hanzo, okay. It's actually kind of funny that Inting for Ruby bans it out now, because they really love to lock him in too. But we'll see. Yeah, I mean, right now we still want to see what Lauber goes. And honestly, the Donuts, they had some really crazy comps lately. They had a triple support combo that they played on this map. They had a couple of specialist combos. I mean, I know technically Blizzard removed the specialist, but we all still know what a specialist is. And we all still hate specialist mains. Ah, but did you see my siege damage? I'm doing stuff. So we got Vala Malfuria now. Okay, so double support together with Vala. A little bit of a hyper carry setup. And on the other side, Mindhawk gets his Li Ming. I mean, again, he has this particular style. With his Cannoneer on level 13. And we got Wayfarer now on Blaze. Alrighty, so let's go. Last pick. Lauber. Are we actually going to get a real tank? Or is it going to be something else? I mean, they played this global setup the last time, where he played Falstead even. And it worked well for them. I think there was Cursed Hollow, actually, where they did that. And with quite a lot of success. So, off we go. We got Zarya as the last pick for our 4-man. Well, ladies, we're set up. Battlefield of Eternity. Let's get this party started. Game number 1 in the best of 5. Playday number 3 for the Masters Clash. Our Heroes of the Storm setup starts with the first game between Inting for Ruby and the Donuts. Game number 1, Inting for Ruby against the Donuts. And on the left side, Hat on Sylvanas, Fish on Uther, Mindhawk on Li Ming, Nox is playing Lucio, and Wayfarer is playing Blaze. As Inting for Ruby is going to try and snack away the red team. The Donuts over here with Lauber on Sonya. At this point, we got Urutsu on Malfurion, we got Ixia on Zarya, Skork on Vala, and Copenhagen is playing Stukov. Vala, of course, with the arrow build, so he can take advantage of Monster Hunter in particular and burn down that Immortal a little bit. In addition to that, we got the maximum charge over here. and our Malfurion setup. So, yeah, let's get the show on the road. Now, just from the get-go, Inting for Ruby so far this season hasn't won a single map, and the Donuts haven't lost a single map yet. Now, particularly for the blue team, that doesn't mean that these guys are absolute trash or something. They played against some of the best teams that we have in this league, so since they are one of the teams that will find themselves, no matter what, in the bottom 4 of the standing, is only quite natural. They're a little bit more of a newer addition. They played in the past in Heroes Lounge, the Amateur Series, in Division 1, but they just now made their jump into, I want to say, like, you know, like the A rank, so to say, of the teams. And this is a big opportunity for them to showcase their skills a little bit, but also to learn a whole lot and just to gain some experience. I mean, they've never really played on this level. They played in a couple of tournaments, and of course, through the qualifiers, they made an impression. They were able to win a last chance match, and now they are here. So with all of that, this is going to be a pretty interesting one. You could tell when they played against the Hardos that, especially on the rotations and the way that the map was dominated by the Hardos, they still have a lot to learn. But this is exactly what these games are for, that they're playing at the beginning of the season now. It's an opportunity to go up against some of the best teams that we have in European Heroes of the Storm at this point, and really just like learn what can we get away with, what do we get punished for, and then use that experience when they go up against teams that are more so on their level. Because as I am not tired of explaining, it seems right now that within the European scene, we have pretty much a division between the top 4 and the bottom 4 teams within the top 8. And later on, it's actually going to be interesting, because on Playday 3, we also have Team Soundless go up against Team Arthurs, and those are the teams on the number 5 and the number 6 spot, and both of them have the ambition to break into the top 4, so it's going to be interesting to see who can pull that off. But either way, now that we have our camps taken at the bottom of the map, it's kind of noteworthy that the blue team hasn't made a move for the top camp yet, and it seems that the Donuts might be able to get both of them, and that's usually something you're trying to avoid. Oftentimes teams will rotate an additional hero towards the lane, sacrifice one camp, ensure that they get the other, so that it's a 1-1 split. But in this case, it's 2 camps for the Donuts, and that is honestly a little bit of a problem. Now, the advantage in this 2-3 split that we're seeing now for Inting for Ruby is that we have supports on each side. I mean, in the case of the blue team, it's obviously Uther also acting as a main tank. But right now, first stacks are coming together for the Monster Hunter. Skog actually getting 3 stacks even before the Immortal is in, so that's already a good start for him. We got the Triumvirate on level 4 for Li Ming. And of course the question is once again if we're going to see the same plays from Mindtalk on Li Ming that we did in the past 2 Playdays, because he really likes to go for way more aggressive builds, skip the Illusionist and go into Cannoneer. And he got some really good damage out with it and some nice kills too. I mean, the plays that he makes are sometimes quite flashy, but it's also risky and he can get punished for it, and that happened several times too. Great jet propulsion, by the way, to start this off. Hat gets out, the heal was there, but Blaze is in trouble and they can't save him. But the combo hitting Stukov, the kill, Li Ming dies too. It's a slaughter. 3-4 kills right at the beginning of the game. Fish is getting out just as the root is hitting the ground. And the blue team is losing the halftime show on top of that too. 5 stacks by now for Vala, and Skog is ready to drop the Monster Hunter once more, and the Donuts are looking strong in the early game. Good setup for the objective, doing well with the kills. Eats the Immortal stun so that he gets the extra energy. Ixia with a quick shield. They switched heroes around a little bit, as you can see too. So Lauber jumped straight onto Sonya, which we actually have seen a couple of times in a main tank role. And Ixia therefore is finding himself on Zarya. But this is going to be a bad one. That Immortal has easily more than 60% shield, and this should do a lot of work topside. Could technically even result in the fort being taken out, because there's even a talent advantage. Shouldn't really be there for long. I mean, the blue team is about to lock in their own talent, there it is. But at least it helps with them opening the wall up. And in addition to that, we now also have the second arrow, thanks to the repeating arrow over here. So another advantage for the Donuts, as they are starting to come in with this. And yep, that keep, or that fort is gonzo. No chance for this one. Can they save it? Exactly. Yeah, you heard it. So yeah, no chance to save that one. But again, they tried. Now, with all of that said and done, we got Stukov already at the bottom of the map. Our double support setup is of course still going strong here, but they also apparently want to wait out for that camp. Still another 25 seconds, so probably a little bit too much to wait for, especially since this camp is already up, so now you have an opportunity to go for that. And it seems like the blue team is going to try and do that right away. So they're already on the move. And off we go. Stun, focus, burst, and oh, it's the fish that is in trouble. Copenhagen gets saved. The double support plus Zarya just a bit too strong to burst through. Mind Talk makes it out as it seems. Ooh, close call though. Yeah, and Uther obviously died, but they nearly took Stukov down. And if they get that kill, it's a completely different ball game here. But as it happens, the setup is just a bit too powerful for the Donuts. And if you have Zarya in any combo, then of course you can really siege up on any lane and do work. And with them destroying the fountain, they take even more sustain away from Inting for Ruby. So a strong opening for the Donuts here. No question about it. And the only thing really that can help Inting for Ruby is winning an Immortal using Sylvanas, because at this point, they're just suffering. And another big problem is that right now, with this sieged position that we're seeing here, Skork is just getting his arrow stacked. He's at 13 already. I mean, he's not going to get it done for the second objective, but this is a real good progress on the arrow, and that's just extra damage on the Immortal whenever they're fighting for it. I mean, our bad boy here is sitting at 14, is probably going to be able to get another one at least connected. There's the 15, 16, and yeah, that Immortal is going to suffer once that we have Vala right on top of it. Level 10 is going to make the situation even worse now. We got the Wrath of the Berserker with the Sonya main tank at this point. And yeah, they are starting to crush it. We have a couple of them on the left side, but look how quickly Vala is able to burn this bad boy down. And of course another stun for the extra energy. At the bottom, at least some pressure play with Sylvanas in an attempt to lock in level 10 for themselves. But I'm not gonna lie to you, things are looking kind of rough for Inting for Ruby. It is their map choice, actually. Is it? Now that I think about it, no, it's not. It's the Donuts map choice. Yeah. Inting for Ruby had first pick, first ban. So, yep, but that's nearly 100% here. There's the high five as Lucio locks in his ult. They got the Divine Shield too, already zoning them out a bit. And another stack for Skog. Sitting at 18, 2 away from completing his level 4 quest. And that should not be a big problem for him. Yeah, Uther's walking in, 19, one more, and we're going to be done. And then, of course, they have a fantastic opening. The damage output of Vala is just going to increase as all of this continues. There's the quest completed. Strafe to zone them out immediately. Good damage from Vala, 34,000 for her. And Blaze in trouble. He's down. No chance for him. Mind Talk wants to go for Vala. Dies, but at least the counter kill. Counter kill against Vala, but it doesn't change the fact that the Immortal is taken. 31,000 damage for Li Ming, 37,000 for Vala, and a big Immortal coming in with pretty much 100% shield that they can use to crush through the bot lane. And I'm not talking about the fort, because that thing is gonna be turned into rubble in just a moment. The bigger question is really, what can they do? Because Vala isn't here yet. I mean, she's on the way now. But they should still be able to do quite a lot of work now at that bot lane. So this is going to be tricky. More than just a little bit. Yeah, but off we go. In this particular setup, level 13 isn't quite a threat just yet, but could soon be. Vala is not here, so they're trying to just move for Copenhagen. No, there it is. Finally kill for them. But it seems that Hat is going to pay the price. Sylvanas is down, and they go for Blaze, and he's dead too. Mind Talk nearly died, but gets healed by Uther. It doesn't change the fact that there's 2 heroes now down for Inting for Ruby, and that Immortal still has some shields left, and they are going straight for it with a little 13 talent in their hands. The Virulent Reaction is now in too, and we got the Siphoning Arrow. Oh, this is not looking good. Their keep is gone, and guys, that Immortal is gonna damage the core. The question is just how much. Unless they move away, then they might be able to break it down before it drops through the shield. Yeah, so I thought they would actually try and posture a little bit, just on the edges. So not really a lot of damage done, actually none. But yep, that could have been a bit tricky. I thought with the level 13 advantage that they would posture around. I don't think they could have really gone for core here, but just getting a bit of damage onto that thing might have been worth it. I mean, either way, they played it safe, they moved back, they have the level lead, they're going for the camps again. That's, of course, the advantage of moving back early, that you can take both of the camps. You can get the one at the bottom of the map without even having to fight for anything, and then you can move towards the top and play around that. So that's what they're currently doing here. And on the damage side, again, 41,000 damage for Li Ming and for Vala. But of course, the damage on Li Ming hasn't really resulted in a whole lot of kills. They got 3 in total, and that's just not enough. So the push straight up for the top again. One of the towers is already down. Blue team took their own camp. They might be a bit late to this one, because that wall is again suffering. And that's a lot of structures that you're getting for free here. Lauber stays maybe a bit too late, gets stunned, but it's not a problem for him. And the last tower falls too. There's always Blaze sitting at the side with the attempt to move in for a flank, but that doesn't work either, as Copenhagen reacts right away and pushes him out. Fish is also low, and they are suffering even before the next Immortal is hitting. Vala is down though, gets blown away, and Lauber is dead too. They can't even kill the Fish here. Yeah, they tried, but Ixia wasn't able to make it happen, and now he himself is gonna fall. So that's a triple kill for the blue team that all of a sudden empowers them to go for a chase and also maybe get an Immortal. And their camp at the bottom of the map is starting to do damage too. Here's again the Cannoneer for Li Ming, as we've seen so often. Not going for Illusionist makes you more vulnerable, but you can also get the damage out. And with the double support that they have, it seems to be working for him. He really likes that setup. Some teams have started to exploit it, but we'll see what he can do with it in the future. For now, we're still all waiting for Zarya, and that includes the donuts, so therefore the halftime show goes uncontested to the blue team, and they're now moving down to the bottom of the map to ensure that they're going to get the fort here. So that's a bit more... This is a huge momentum swing, actually. But they are wasting some time, and you can't do that against a Vala that has already completed her quest. So them not going for the Immortal right away is a huge problem. They should have left that bot fort alone, because now they might still lose the objective. They could have burned it down quickly, and now they are actually behind. They need to send someone over to deal with this. It seems like they're trying to go for the fight instead, but this is a risk. This is a huge problem. If they would have just gathered over here on the left side and just burned this one down, this would have been a no-brainer for them. And they could have still gotten the fort at the bottom of the map. But with the choices they made, they allowed the red team to go for the Immortal and try to fight this out. They're going for the team fight. They want to get a few more kills in. But if they can't do that, then they have a problem. But they can kill Lauber. Lauber down, and with that, it should be a decent outcome for them here. That's still going to be an Immortal. They're moving over towards the left, and they're going to get this one for sure. The question is just with how much of a shield. Blaze, careful. He doesn't have his bunker. He doesn't have the bunker, and they keep him alive. There's the stun. He dies, but can they get a counter kill? Look good for a moment. They're trying. Mind Talk, low, Blaze gone, and Hat is still locking in the Immortal. I think they could have solved all of that a little bit better. 16 is ready for the donuts. But this is again one of those things where with a bit more experience you might make a different choice here. Now, either way, we got Manticore now in on the 16 and we got the Giant Slammer. And I don't really think that Immortal is going to do anything because the shield is not really big enough. And it's also very much so alone at the top lane that allows Skog to go for a repeating arrow very quickly. Blaze is still not back, so they can now come in and simply take this one down. Goodbye. Immortal gone. They got one fort. They're still heavily behind in structures. Now the 16 talents are ready for both of the teams now. That gives us Benediction. That gives us also the Evasive Fire. Li Ming hasn't made a choice yet. It was actually interesting because the last time he played Fireflies once, and then at least the last time he went into more of a normal style with the Mirror Ball. But Mind Talk, the level 16 and the level 13 are always a little bit of an enigma whenever he plays his Li Ming, so we'll see what they're going to do with that. But, well, either way, rotation is on and they're still leading experience for the Donuts, despite the fact that they lost a couple of heroes in the previous encounter. So, the damage output, 58,000. Yeah, there it is. Mirror Ball, by the way, for Li Ming. And 61,000 for her. Died twice, both of them. Both of the damage dealer went down twice. And they are stealing the camp away. At the top, they're going for the structure. Yeah, they're trying to snag up another fort, and they should be able to do that. But there's now a double camp moving through the bottom of the map. So they can take this, I suppose. The minion wave is going to do an enormous amount of damage. Might even do kill the entire thing. At the bottom of the map, though, they have to deal with that siege. And I don't really think that the Donuts can do a whole lot here, because yes, it's a double camp, but at the same time, it's a 5 versus 5. So unless the blue team YOLOs out a bit too hard, there shouldn't really be a problem. There's a fountain nearby. They can fight the battle, but they are looking for the opportunity. Now, Lauba is low. And Ixia is also in a bit of trouble. So red team might want to think about retreating, but I don't think they can. At this point, they're forced into a battle that I don't think they want to fight any longer. There's another stun with Blaze, but Uther is the first one to fall, and Blaze also dies. Ouch. That double kill, yeah, baited out a little bit. And now we're looking at 11 kills to 7. And of course, with that 5 versus 3 on the map, you now got an opportunity to go for the Immortal again. That fort barely surviving, but it's still there. Hello, Lucio. Careful, my friend. Can't go that deep at this point. Gotta be a little bit cautious with this. So once again, they're making the play for it. 7 kills to 11. Yeah, and that's the halftime show. Oh boy, that is not gonna be easy. Look at the top lane. The entire wall is gone, so this is the only thing standing. And if there's a 100% shield Immortal coming through, that thing is going to be a nightmare to deal with. Now, it doesn't seem that the Donuts are going to be able to lock in their level 20 together with it, but yeah. Okay, the Donuts, yep, they showed up today with a filling of extra skill, as it seems. That's going to be 100% shield Immortal, and it already scaled a little bit into the game, 16 minutes in. And that feels longer, like, I don't know. I honestly kind of expected that we're looking at a time of, I don't know, 20 minutes or something, but nope, 16. So the only thing that the blue team can do is they meet it early. They're going for the kill, and X here is down. Nice. Can they save Nox? Nope, they cannot. So, that's a kill for a kill. Zarya is dead. And that's going to be a keep. And at the top, they are chasing Blaze. And Blaze is down too. Okay. Blaze eliminated. And Lauba and his boys, they are on the move. Yep, they're going to go straight in for that core kill now. And they are so close to level 20 that I don't really think that anybody can stop them, even if they are not getting it right away. Once that the level 20 kicks in, they're gonna siege up on this and start to take it down. The shield is gone, but so is Li Ming, and the core is slowly falling. There's the death on Uther. The Farflight Quiver is in as well. We got the Grenadier, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the lead for the Donuts in our best of 5 series here at the Masters Clash. Our Heroes of the Storm tournament kicks off with a victory for the red team. GG and well played as they lock in the W on BOE. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Towers of Boom, everybody! The Donuts in the lead against Inting for Ruby. Okay, so yeah, Donuts again, they are the favorite in the series, and of course by now we got the Medivh ban. I mean, that happened a couple of times. The Medivh was not banned out, and obviously the consequences led to him being locked away very, very quickly. Nobody wants to go up against Bird Boy. But we got Uther also banned. So, yep. And there's the ban on Zarya. Okay, so let's go. And let's see what we got for our second map. I mean, now Sonya is getting banned too. And we'll see what actually they can pull off here. We got the birdie. False that is in immediately. Okay, I like that. I mean, Falset, yeah, globals in general are a lot of fun. Falset can be for sure. It's like, I don't know, you know, I look at that Uther ban and I immediately like think, is Uther a guy that I would have to have a drink with? I mean, seriously, if you think about it, which hero in Heroes of the Storm would you guys like to have a drink with? Which one would you like to have a beer with in a bar? And, I mean, there's a lot of these fuckers that immediately go out the window. I would like to have a drink with Nova, let's put it like that. But if we're talking about the boy squad over here, people like Tyrael, Uther, Anduin, they're immediately out. They're boring as hell, you know. And someone like Varian, you know, that guy has a story to tell. I at least imagine. There's already maybe a little bit of a rule breaker there, so it's a little bit more fun. But can you imagine, like, Anduin is like Tyrael, Uther, like, ugh, don't get me started. It's like coming in, ordering, you know, like a burger. Do you have vegan burgers? And I was just like, get the fuck out of here. I was like, yeah, I don't know. Either way, Stukov is banned out. Sorry, picked together with Varian, so you already know what's coming. We're going to have a little bit of a burn setup to take a target down that gets stunned out with the taunt. So Varian is already practicing his insults. And we'll see if that works out for him. Going up against Chromie. You're not a real dragon. Ah! Yeah, Chromie is in. And Nubarak is also there. And Lauba and his boys, they of course played a lot with the Nubarak. So if you can't go with Varian, then you go for Nubarak. And you can still, of course, lock in a Malfurion afterwards. But oh, he gets banned. But yeah, there we go. What else are we going to get? You can still play Brightwing, for example. All that matters is CC. If you can get a stun lock, that's even better. But yeah, either way, the Malfurion and Stukov setup is obviously like the weapon of choice. Diva together with the Nubarak, and Anna is in here too. Okay, let's go. Yeah, nano boosted Chromie. That's actually kind of nasty. I like that. Mind Talk. Let's see what we're gonna get. I mean, they still need burst damage. I got Falsehood already, and that's good, but that's more so the global and the macro aspect. They need something that can do a bit more damage on point. We got Hogger in for the side lane. Dehaka. Triple frontline. Ooh. I mean, they got damage here, don't get me wrong. Hogger is definitely someone that can dish out a lot of pain. Falstad. Are they gonna go for Hinterland Blast here? I don't really think so. But we've actually had that setup. More for fun than anything else. But technically, you could think about it. I'm not quite sure how Inting for Ruby is practicing these days. If they're trying to come in with some ideas and maybe some old school stuff, that's kind of fun. But normally, you want to go for the Playmaker setup with a Mighty Gust. I mean, most of the time, Hinterland Blast is just a meme. Rutsu, ooh, with Tracer, oh boy. Against a Varian Dehaka Stukov. Damn, that guy has balls. Jesus. Boys, he just put the balls of steel on the table. He's gonna get either wrecked or he's gonna get or he dominates. Like, one of the two. I don't think there's gonna be an in-between. But holy hell. So let's see what he can pull off. Towers of Doom, everybody. Game number 2 in the best of 5 here. Now Heroes of the Storm match. Inting for Ruby on the left side of our second map with Mind Talk on Hogger, Fish on Varian, we got Hat on Falstad, Nox on Stukov, and Wayfarer is playing Dehaka. On the right side of the map, it's Lauba on Nubarak. We got Copenhagen on Diva, Rutsu with Tracer, Skog on Chromie, and Ixia on Anna. Yeah, it's actually going to be an interesting one. This is like a typical choice, you know, where like all the bronzies are going to come out if they would lose now. It's like, oh my god, how can you play a Tracer into a Dehaka, into a Stukov, and into the Taunt. But if they win, then of course it's like, oh my god, it's like the best choice ever. That confidence. But yeah, anyways, we got the frequent flyer over here. Yeah, you gotta log in that miles and more, baby. It's totally worth it. Low blow, and we got the enhanced agility. So, it is party time with the parting gift over here. A couple of additional cockroaches with the Legion of Beetles. And Varian immediately gets attacked, stunned, and hello, sir. Fish, no. That's a quick kill. That's not really what Varian was thinking about when he woke up this morning. Nope, not quite like that. Unfortunate. But, yep, level 4 is when, of course, he starts to get a little bit stronger over here. But, yeah, time will tell. I mean, for the time being, what we have, we need to watch out for the frequent flyer and see how much damage they can actually get with this one. Then again, you want to wait for level 4, and then Stukov and Varian should go for their combo. They already sniff out Rutsu over here. The problem is that with that early kill, the Donuts have already taken a slight lead because they're way faster on their camp on the right side, which means that they can start to move to the left now and attempt to contest this one. And Lauba is already on his way. He wants to go for the stun, and he is going to get it pretty quickly. Here we have it. The stun against Stukov. Nox, Nubarak dives out. The fight is still going on. My talk! And he's dead. He killed Tracer, though. So it's a 1-for-1 trade. They're not giving up on this one, but they are all low and they're all about to die. And that's the end of Varian. They're trying to control the space with another lurking arm, but nope, ain't happening. And Dehaka, I'm sorry, bro, but you are gonna be dead as well. 4 kills to 1 just as the game starts, and we have fucking pumpkins. Oh my god, like, check this one out. what a bunch of dummies. I mean, look at the pumpkins here. All 6 of them run into one tower. It's like lemmings, seriously. It's like one pumpkin is like, hey, let's kill that tower. And all of the other ones are like, great idea. And all of them run in. What a waste. I mean, that's probably the most useless double camp that I've ever seen there. What a bunch of idiots. Yeah, those pumpkins. Ooh! There's a silence! No! They were so close. Falset is down. Can you imagine him surviving? They would have been able to get the kill on Tracer for sure. So, yeah. 5 kills to 1 now. Doesn't get any better, does it now? 1 kill, 1 level ahead already. And yep, there's the party down to the bottom of the map. So off we go. We have in the meantime, the aggro range is already here. And it's the triple altar phase. Top left, top right should be an easy one. Mind talk. Well, they know exactly where he is, so there's the interrupt. Eats the sand blast, full on. Falster could of course fly down, but he's still busy in the middle of the map. Yeah, pushed out the wave. Hat is here, so is the Haka, the double global, trying to get some extra value as they're moving in. And there's the explosion. Nox nearly dead, but Rutsu wasn't able to get the kill. Where's Varian when you need him? Already used the taunt, and bam, the Haka is dead. Chromie comes in and drops him. Absolutely drops him. Nox is still able to survive, but Varian, he has some problems over here. Yeah, he's dead. I mean, again, I don't really know a whole lot about World of Warcraft, but was Varian an alcoholic at any point? Like, he would kind of fit the picture, don't you think? I mean, that guy hasn't seen a haircut in the last 10 years or so. He has, like, this worn-out face, maybe a little bit blown up. I mean, honestly, if you would ask me, like, what kind of problem does Varian have outside of being Anduin's father, I would definitely say, like, yeah, that guy has a little bit of an alcohol problem. Substance abuse. Definitely substance abuse. Either way, 1 to 7 kills. Okay, we got the level 7 now kicking in. And over here, the pumpkins are taken on the left side. They are barely trying to take it. Are we going to see a replay of exactly what happened earlier? It's level 7 against level 7. We get, again, the secret weapon here. Ooh, boy. It is rough now. They're going to try and steal that away, but the pumpkins this time, still up. They're trying to go for it. Camp has been taken. The fight is not over yet, though, and they're isolating the Haka again. And that is an easy kill right here. Pooh, baby. The victory rush on level 7. We also got the garbage fire. And this is a little bit of a dumpster fire right now. The donuts, they are firing things up here. Yep, they are going straight for the bottom bell tower. And we're only 5 minutes in and they're already getting the conversion here. So it's a 5-3 bell tower situation. They're controlling the map. They're controlling the experience. They're more than a level ahead. And it is really a bit of a problem. So, I don't know. That early level 10... honestly, at this point, I don't even know what the donuts are going to do with it. Can they push in another wave? I mean, they're so far ahead, it's like scary. Look at this. This is a 1.5 level lead. We're not only talking about a half level or something like that. They are 1.5 levels ahead in Tracer. Well, she got just popped by Falster, so good for Hat. And he makes it out just as Chromie comes in with the extra scouting. So he's a bit afraid that something is hitting. And Nubarak going straight in for the Locust Swarm here. Chromie is gone then again. So that's at least a good kill for Inting for Ruby. So they're slowly bringing this back. But it's still a big advantage around level 10. But now that the altar has spawned, they're going for it. And they're getting it. Against the level... Nah, there we go. Alright, that makes a little bit more sense. They're buying themselves a little bit of time. And here comes the pew pew pew. Mind talk gets interrupted. Oh my god. Pissing the blue team off all day, every day. Anna with the Eye of Horus. Nicely done. Nubarak is coming in too for another stun against Mind Talk. And he gets it. Job well done. And now that's 5 points off the co-op. Yeah, they're trying to retake, and they're able to do it, but of course the altar has already been channeled through. There's the level 10 abilities, the Hoarder pulled this in, and we also get for Falstad the Mighty Gust. Yeah, can they bring it back? They're still behind in experience, but they closed the gap significantly. The more important part is that they are playing with the same talent, but could still become a bit tricky. They need some kills. They are far behind still on that account. 12,000 damage for Falstad. We got 15,000 for Chromie. There we go. And Lauber low. But they're going for the fish, and fish is down. Both of the tanks are dead. Mind Talk low, he dies too. They're coming in for the mech, and they're still trying to steal the camp, but nope, it's taken already. And with Chromie just bombing them away, Falstad and Dehaka both fall, and now we have a trade. 4 kills against 1. And yeah, it's tricky. Skork immediately coming over here and trying to also take this one. But it is not happening, is it now? The only one that hasn't died on the blue team side is Stukov. So the Admiral is keeping himself in the background. But now that D.Va has taken experience control over the top lane again, the bot lane gets pushed by the pumpkins and the blue team doesn't even know what to respond to first. They send Dehaka towards the top side to deal with the XP, but down here the party continues and it seems like they're attempting to retake that bell tower, and who's going to stop them? Well, I don't think anybody will. Bell tower gets taken and they got another kill. Hogger, he just came back and he is dead again. Got deaded real quickly. And that's a level 13 talent now for the red team. The Donuts. Yeah, they're going a little bit nuts over here. They got 2 altars now spawning up. And if they channel both of them, that's 10 points off the blue team's core. Dropping them down to 17 if they pull that off. So, well, we'll see if they can do that. But so far, things are looking pretty peachy. Lauba is already sitting at the point, channeling that through. And the barrage. Bam! Boom! Big hits coming in. 18 stacks on Falstad on the level 1. But the game, the map, it gets dominated by the Donuts here. I mean, they're moving from one spot to the next pretty easily. At the top, there was a bit of an attempt to go for a small trap, but Copenhagen is playing this super safe without any vision on the map. He, of course, knows fully well that there's a chance that he's getting ganked any moment, anytime soon. So, gotta be a bit careful, and that's exactly what he does. Now, after we've already seen a focus into the lurking arm for Stukov, he now also complements that with a virulent reaction on level 13. We got the ferocious Stalker over here, and an attempt to go for Stukov, and that's the first time that he dies. Lauba popping the ult, coming in. They're getting the bomb on head with Falstad. Ixia gets attacked in the back though, and that might be a kill. Oh, get wrecked by the boss. They couldn't kill Anna, but then at the end of the day, the boss did it for them. Hogger dies for it. I call Worth right here. Anna down, that's already a win. But I love how the boss finished it and is like, guys, if you can't do it, I'll do it for you. I mean, seriously, I can't watch this any longer. Let me give you a hand. Let's check this out. Boss MVP in this one. Keep an eye on Anna in this clip. So Anna comes in, Hogger nearly kills her, and then it's actually Lauba. Honestly, Lauba just betrayed Anna. He came in and he activated the boss with his stun, with his impale. So a little bit of a sneaky one over here. And Nubarak and Anna, maybe they have a little bit of a problem. I don't know. It might be that Anna doesn't like cockroaches, whatever it is. And Nubarak came in and just said, you know what? I really, really don't like you. And I'm going to go for the sneaky team kill here. And that's exactly what they did. So good job on them. Lauba also now with a beetle juiced over here on the 16. Couple more shots are being fired. Bam! 12 points against 36. The level 16 talent is in, which means more and more map control now for the Donuts. It feels like Lauba upgraded a little bit. I don't know what you think about this as Hogger falls again. Usually Lauba is the one that just like goes down first in every single game. Now he gave himself a new challenge. He's like, let's try and kill my teammates. And honestly, like pretty much his team is looking at it like, Lauba, could you do any worse than just like dying first every single game? It's like, boys, hold my beer. I got ideas. I got dreams. I got big ideas over here. And well, didn't go that well for Anna. Now either way, jokes aside, we got a big lead for them. 11 kills to 6. We have a 2-level lead nearly. They hold in total 6 of the bell towers now. And yeah, there's only 1 left, so the barrage could technically even start now that they're moving into the middle. And the blue team is trying to prevent it by moving topside and countering that. They are in a really shitty spot. They don't want to fight because they don't have a level 16, but they really have to. I mean, they need to get some kills here. It's the only way that they can possibly come back into this. But they have to just rotate around the Donuts at this point and trying to take some bell towers back. Now, Lauba and his boys, they're simply moving in for the boss to fire another 4 shots. And that would drop the core down to 8, which of course means that if they get only 2 of those 3 altars, it's game. It's a perfect opportunity for them. So, it's pretty much what they could do here. Bottom bell tower has been taken too. Doesn't really change the situation. 2 of those altars and you are done. So, yep, not sure what to do about that. I mean, right now, yeah. Varian has to practice his taunt a little bit. If he goes up for Ana, I would suggest, like, Granny, you're past your prime. If he goes for Chromie, you're not a real dragon. I mean, you gotta know what you need to do, but it's over already, isn't it? Another one, if they take this one at the top right, it's game. But Lauba, if he dies, then maybe they got a chance here. Once again, it's Ana to keep them alive. Tracer moving over to the left. She's going for the channel. Varian, he's down too. That is game, ladies. They get all of the stuff, all of the points. And this is 20 kills to 6 as the Donuts lock in victory number 2 in this best of 5. GG. Game number 3, let's go. Waiting for Ruby against the Donuts. 2-0 lead for the team in red. I mean, they did well. Again, they are the number 1 right now in the standings. They are the number 1 for a reason. For Inting for Ruby, this is literally just a practice run. Try and see what you can get away with. Learn from your mistakes and analyze the replay 6 days a Sunday. Think about what you can improve for the future. Because the chances of you really getting a lot done here are pretty small. Maps are important, so I don't really expect the Donuts to let up. I mean, generally in the qualifiers, they always tended to be a little bit more trollolol whenever they were ahead with a 2-0. But at the same time, you can't go overboard with that, because if you lose a map, that can have a huge impact. For example, one of the series that I already pointed out earlier that we have on this third Playday is Soundless against Team Arthurs. And the two teams are actually neck and neck right now. They have the exact same match score. The only thing that is different between the two of them is that one of them has an additional map victory. And that is important. So, yeah. Kinda something that you want to pay attention to. Uther gets banned. We got Deathwing banned out as well. And with that, our first pick. Because interestingly enough, Inting for Ruby said, like, guys, we want to have map choice. They really want to play in Infernal Shrines now. For the first time, therefore, we have the red team with first pick. Could go for the Sonya setup again. Definitely an option for them now. And there she is. Alrighty. So, Sonya incoming. And what exactly has Inting for Ruby planned for this third map? They went for the map, so if you do that, normally you really have a strategy planned out. Maybe they just want to practice this one in particular a little bit more in a proper environment, not just simply in scrims. But yeah, let's have a look. False stat Malfurion. The birdie is back. Got farmed a little bit on the last map by Tracer in particular. Yeah, and Tracer, again, Rutsu played a really, really good one. So he danced around the Hakas, Tong, and the taunt from Varian. Had no problems there. So, yeah, no issue whatsoever. But, well, let's see what else we're gonna get in this one. Because wave clear, again, important for the objective. Can play around the Jojo, Vala can be played. I mean, again, tons of different ways of playing this one out. But they go for the aggression, aren't they? Kerrigan is coming in, alright. The Queen of Blades, ladies. We got a Kerrigan set up against Malfurion. And Malfurion doesn't like that at all. Nope. The boy with the green beard is looking at us like, yeah, I'm not too happy about that pick. I don't like that pick at all. Stay away from me. Zarya gets quickly banned out too. Definitely learned a lesson from game number 1. And they don't want to see Sonya or Kerrigan go deep with a shield behind them. And that could have been a nasty one. Lauba played Sonya in the main tank position on Battlefield of Eternity. There's the ban on a Nubarak. Yeah, you don't want them to go for the Cocoon, right? So I want to make sure that they are not locking the Cocoon on Kerrigan or Sonya whenever they make the engage happen. And the double pick for the blue team. Leo, and we get the main tank, Mal'Ganis, which means Diablo is open. Diablo and Jojo are both open. Condemn for the damage. But who needs tanks when you got Sonya, right? Auriel and Mephisto. Probably gonna put Lauba on Sonya, and then they got Auriel behind it. She's gonna whip them into shape. And of course Kerrigan to jump in together with her too. So once more the double support setup, and we're just left with one last pick, and that's gonna be Mindhawk's weapon of choice. They gotta bring this somehow together now. Infernal Shrines, 1 map victory would be a huge win for Inting for Ruby. Can they do it though? They got Hogger again. And well, with that, we're heading into the potential last map of the series, depending a bit on what the Donuts can accomplish here. So, ladies and gentlemen, Infernal Shrines, the Heroes of the Storm series goes into game number 3 between Inting for Ruby and the Donuts. Game number 3, Infernal Shrines. And it's time to party with Inting for Ruby on the left side. Mindtalk on Hogger, Hat on Falstad, Fish on Mal'Ganis, Wayfarer on Leo, and Nox is playing Malfurion. On the right side of the map, the Donuts with Lauber on Carrigan, alright? What could go wrong? Skog on Mephisto, Rutsu on Oriel, Ixios playing Lucio, and Copenhagen is staying strong on Sonya. But, yeah, let's go. Lauber on the level 1 with the Assimilation Mastery. We got also the Emerald Dreams. Again, it's pretty much the newly changed talent after the patch that we're now seeing all the time here. And, yeah, Lauber Carrigan. Definitely intrigued. So, already dancing around this. There's the stun, there's the combo. They go for the fish. And Mal'Ganis. He gets out. Yeah, good for him. Now Mal'Ganis is able to make his way out of the fight. It could have been a kill here, but they weren't able to lock it in. Now Sonya and Leo are the two that move straight up to the top for the solo. And down at the bottom of the map, the rotation has started up with the 4 heroes for the Donuts making their approach. The 1 minute mark is going to kick in another 15 seconds, and then we're going to have the first camps up on the map, which is of course going to be the focus for the teams. Hauber, yeah, well, he tried. Didn't really go all that well with the combo. But at least the timing was there, right? So there's that. But either way, now that we got on the left side, Mindtalk already starting to deal with the camp. There's of course the same thing happening on the right side. Both of the teams are immediately going for their camps here, trying to make the plays. And yeah, it's going to be a battle over camp number 3 at the bottom of the map, most likely. Also, with the level 1, we got the Journeyman set up again for Hogger. And for now, at least, the blue team is not really willing to battle this one out. They are apparently not showing any interest in going for the camp. They're saying like, you know what? Carrigan in the early game, you'll take this one. It's fine. You can take this one. Not going to be too aggressive around that. But yeah. Objective is going to be announced in just a little bit. Rutsu is already trying to go for the whip. In this case, hitting nothing but empty space. It's a zoning whip, so to say. But yeah, they got to defend now. Level 4 talents are going to kick in soon. Of course, with objective number 1, you're kind of eyeing that level 7 talent and attempt to get that locked in for your team. The first objective is going to spawn topside, so they're going to try and get all of that done until then. Maybe even get a kill down here, but the route didn't connect, so yeah, a bit unfortunate for them. Well, we got the Psionic Pulse in, and we also got the repeated offense here. Whereas topside, we now get Copenhagen still playing this one super slow. I mean, again, he doesn't even dismount. Finally starting to move in. He had some vision, so it's all about trying to stay as safe as possible when you don't know where your opponent is on the map. And that's pretty much all that they're doing here. Camps are also taken. They're a little bit early on the camp. But seems like the blue team, are they not going for theirs? Not a fan, honestly. I mean, usually really want to lock in those shaman camps to time around the objective, even if it is an topside one. But instead they're looking for a kill, and if they can get Copenhagen, that would be worth it. But yep, that didn't really work out. I kind of expected Malfurion to try and moonfire his ass, but Copenhagen makes it out, and not getting the kill is a bit of an annoying situation, especially since Leo now dies. Forza isn't even here. He's at the bottom of the map. And with Leo now gone, he's of course gonna respawn, but still, the leading experience is now going to the red team, and that of course means that at this point they're looking at a pretty good setup. Even a kill against Mindtalk is now coming through. So, situation doesn't get any better, if I'm gonna be honest. It's an early level 7, is 2 kills against 0. You have a 5 versus 4 on the map, and that gives you a freebie on the objective that they are taking without any problems at all. So they can easily come in here and just say, you know what, we're gonna walk away with the first one. There's a little bit of a battle still happening as they are at least trying to fight around the outsides of this a little bit, but it is not working, everybody. No, it's getting really nasty here, because that first objective is maybe not gonna guarantee you a fort or a wall just yet. but it's definitely something that you still want to lock in for yourself. So it's a bit unfortunate that they're not able to really contest this. It's 19 against 2 stacks. That gives a significant lead over to the Donuts. They are at least on even talents now. If they can get a kill here, oh, that's a really nice setup. They can get the first one. Nicely done. And the second one, Hogger is poking it out hardcore here with Oriel and Carrigan both falling. That's now an opportunity to bring this back and go for the objective themselves. Sonya is currently not here. And the setup is coming in once more with a lead. Yeah, still for the red team, but they now have a firebar back on the map. Sonya has never even moved in for this, so she's still looking to increase the experience lead. And Falset is now the one that flies into the middle to mitigate that at least a little bit and catch some of those waves. But up at the top, it seems like they're going to get this one. Or are they? I mean, even if they lock in the Punisher, that could be a problem still if they lose a hero now. And Mindtalk might be in trouble. Booping him back out, but there's no follow-up. Ixia is trying to isolate him as best as he can, but there's no follow-up for this, and he nearly gets knocked down too. So great job by Inting for Ruby. This looked disastrous for the first objective. With the kills against Leo and then Mal'Ganis, that was a huge problem, and it gave the Donuts free reign over the objective, but then Inting for Ruby getting that double kill, thanks to Hogger, really helped them. Now, the one thing that I still have to point out is that this guy didn't do anything. I mean, they didn't even take the wall down. So instead, they tried to rotate down and steal some of the camps away. Fair enough. If that was really worth it, though, I mean, you kind of want to work on those structures a little bit. But they get the lead on the camps now. So there's at least that. They're working on it as we speak. We got the level 10 abilities a bit quicker for the red team. And you can already see how aggressive they are around this. Yeah, especially with Lauber now moving in. I mean, obviously, he wants to go for the kill here. We'll see what he can do. But, yeah, they need their own heroics. For now, we got the Aegis in. We got the Durance of Hate. Very aggressive posture from the Donuts. Stealing the opponent's camp away. And just pretty much baiting them. It's like, hey, if you want to fight, like, be our guest. Fountain is down. Nice move. Granting vision for the camp. So that it attacks the Fountain. And here's the level 10 abilities. And off we go. Yeah, going in with the Durance of Hate, but that gets countered quickly. Lauber's moving in with the Maelstrom. Aegis on Oriel, but Rutzo's in trouble. Gets locked down by Malfurion as he lays down the law. And that is that. Lauber also on the run. Bam! Another combo attempt here with the baseline boomerang. And, yep, that is a pretty neat setup now with that kill that they have. Maybe able to catch up in experience. 5 versus 4 for a little bit longer. Got a couple of camps up. Maybe they can do something with this. They got the kill. They got Oriel down. There's still Lucio around, of course, for the heals. But with the camp pushing in, they might have an opportunity to break through the wall at the bottom. Still 1 versus 1 fight at the top. And Leo's not looking too good on this one. Hat is now at least trying to assist him. So Leo is going to attempt to bait a bit, I suppose. Stacks are also slowly coming together, not only for Falstad, but also for Hogger. But, yep, they are definitely starting to slowly fight back in this one. That would be a big victory. If they can take a map win, that would be huge, as I said before. If you can take a map of the best team that we currently have, according to the standings, that would be a massive, massive win. But, of course, the experience lead is still in the hands of their opponent. So, yeah, they got an extra kill, and they're starting to do a little bit more work here. But they still have a long way to go if they want to lock a victory in on Infernal Shrines. I mean, either way, just giving you guys a bit of an idea of the damage output too. We got 22,000 by now for Mephisto. 21,000 for Hogger. Yeah, definitely nothing to sneeze at either from him. Problem is that Leo... Okay, he gets out. Rutzo was moving in, trying to get the kill against him. Trade value not activated. Not yet. Sonya stayed out at the top a bit longer, but the objective's now popping up, and they're both trying to take an early position on this one. Yeah, no ult's being used here for this yet. Lauber with another attempt to get a combo connected. And here's the level 13 talent advantage. The problem. 13 talents are up. Inting for Ruby is fighting this with a talent disadvantage. That's a big problem. And Hat is even... Hat, careful. If Sonya slams you one time, you're dead, dude. Well, right now, they get the kill against Lucio, despite the fact that they are talent behind, they got a kill. Lauber, if they can kill him too, Oriel saved him barely with the last heal. The fish! Oh, Mal'Ganis! But Lauber dies. So does Leo, but he'll be back, so trading him is not a problem. They are doing a ton of damage considering that they're talent behind here. They're falling also behind on the objectives, though. So that's a bit of a problem. But any second now, they're going to have their own level 13. And they're trying to make a play for Sonya as well. Copenhagen, a bit in trouble. Yep, there's a 13 talent now on both sides. And it's party time. Can they lock this one in? 32 stacks against 23. It's getting closer, but there's a kill against Mephisto. Guys, Inting for Ruby. They come in with another double kill. They go for Mephisto, they go for Sonya, and the Entomb connects with Ruzzo, and he's dead too. Now, the camp at the top has taken the fort out, so that's a big win, of course, for the Donuts. But Falset is now here to catch the experience. They are going to get at the bottom the Punisher, and that's an opportunity. They are 5 kills ahead. 5 kills ahead, and that also helps, of course, with Falstad and with his stacks on the level 1. Having him participate in a kill counter. So this is going to become an interesting setup now. Because, well, there's an actual chance that they're going to win this one. If they play their cards right, there is definitely an opportunity to do some serious damage now. The fort at the bot lane is obviously a given that you're going to get that. The only question that remains is how much more can they get. Can they, for example, go through the middle? Are they going to try to push through the bottom? Vision granted, fountain taken out, good move with the camp, but at least the wall has to fall. They got the time. The Punishers at the bottom of the map, they have vision that there's at least 2-3 heroes defending, so they can break through the middle. And now they're half a level away from level 16. Half a level away from 16 talent advantage, and they are a level ahead too. That is not too shabby. They could try and invade a couple of camps, maybe steal something away, make a push happen in the mid lane, escorting one of the minion waves closer towards the fort, and then getting the damage connected. Yep, that is a decent setup for them now. And we got a traditional setup for Leo too, with the Ominous Wraith and the Royal Focus. So it's going to go for the damage reduction, got the Crippling Hammer in on level 16. Falset obviously after the patch. Slightly changed here. And yeah, that's an entire level that you had, an entire level that you can play around with the damage. Combo attempt from Lauber once more. Keep that Entomb in mind. Leo, when he gets a connect, they go for Carrigan, and Carrigan is down. Leo sacrificed himself. The Gust Isolation, it's a triple kill. Nice combo by Inting for Ruby. The Gust after the Entomb to isolate the 2 targets, and 11 kills to 4 gives Inting for Ruby a big lead that they can use to steal the camp away. So yeah, there's the ping. 41,000 damage for Hogger now, and whoo, we are all of a sudden in for a doozy here. Nice. Yeah, the Donuts are losing ground. They are playing this again without a main tank. The double support is all that they really wanted here. And right now, it's not working out. We got 45,000 damage for Mephisto, which is great for him. That's top damage in the game. But that doesn't really help you if you're not getting any kills. I mean, same problem that Inting for Ruby had a bit earlier when they played Li Ming on Battlefield of Eternity. Now another fountain is down, and this one is kind of important because objective number 3 spawns up at the top. Actually, I'm lying. It's objective number 4, isn't it? Should be. Either way, next one spawns topside. So right now, they're trading Leo in most of the fights, which is kind of what you want to do in the first place if you're playing something like this. Carrigan is having some trouble here. Yeah, Lauber wants to go for the aggression, and up to this point at least it didn't really work out too well for them. So that's also a bit of an issue. And as we are checking all of this out, things are still tricky. They're getting the camp now, maybe a little bit too soon even, as Mal'Ganis is making sure that he's anchoring the play. Here comes the fight, 16 versus 16 talents, so that's an opportunity for the Donuts to bring it back again. A kill or 2 would go a long way. The Gust already, a bit of an aggressive one, forcing them into the battle, and Carrigan is dead again. Leo and Falstad zipping her down. Lucio gets locked down. Nox dies, but it's still a 2-for-1 trade, and the battle isn't over yet. With Sonya also dying, the rest of the red team is on the run. The Donuts are getting eaten over here. The Donuts are getting absolutely destroyed in that fight. Oriel is down. They go for Skork, and that is... yeah, that's the end of him too. Down goes Mephisto. 5-man team wipe. One on the shrine, the rest of them pushing the fort already. That's exactly what they should do now. This is pretty sexy. 57,000 damage for Mephisto, but as I already said earlier, it doesn't really help you if you're not able to get those kills. So yeah, good stuff. Inting for Ruby. Now they gotta be careful though. Especially, like, if you're already ahead, you gotta be careful that you still hold on to the advantage for as long as possible, that you don't make any moves that cost you the game then at the end of the day. Because, of course, they are in a really dominant position now. They are 11 kills ahead, they have a 2-level lead, they got the levels 20 coming in, they have an objective pushing through the top. I mean, this is the moment where you at least want to have a keep. Like, that's the minimum. Time the camp around it. Falstad is going to try to do the same thing over here too. It's going to be a 5 versus 5 one way or another. But, yep. One camp taken. Punisher taken too. Falstad is starting to fly up. So they have a double camp pushing. And now they can make their play here. Gotta be careful that you don't get flanked or anything. Open the side wall up so they can follow up on the Punisher stun. They go for the fish. That didn't do anything. Malfurion is coming in with his level 7 right away. Might not even have been needed here though. But they're making the play now. And you can still go for the gust. I mean, they got Buried Alive now. Buried Alive is in. That's an option all of a sudden. That keep is down. Guys, they want to go for core here. Look at that Punisher. That bad boy is still at 50% HP. Sonya. Leo doesn't make the move. Leo does not go for the Buried Alive here. Are they going for it though? There it is. There it is. The gust is there. And Lauber, the Aegis. And... oh, he's dead. Lauber is down. And boy, they are chasing them. Maybe a little bit too deep. And Hogger pokes himself to death. Yeah, that's exactly what you gotta be careful about. No control here for Hogger at all. Hogging it out completely. They can still make a play for the keep in the middle. They still have the level 20 talent advantage, and it's a 4 versus 4. And with the double camp moving through the mid lane, there is an opportunity to go for keep number 2. It's already incredibly low, so there is a chance. And let's not forget that Leo is going to have his ult back in another 8 seconds. But they're letting this slide. They're moving away from it. So it's going to be level 20 versus level 20 around the next objective with 1 keep advantage for Inting for Ruby. I mean, a little bit more. They have the fort in the mid and the bot lane too. Yeah, there's a bit of more to it, of course. 70,000 damage by now on Mephisto. 70,000. And yeah, game isn't over, but that's a big lead. Falstad hasn't died yet. The only one in the entire game that hasn't died yet. Destroying the walls, limiting vision a bit more, setting a trap up over here as they push through the bot lane a bit more aggressively. Yeah, but here's the 20 on both sides now. High 5 gets upgraded into the mix and fire. And yep, Aegis also straight up into the Diamond Resolve right here. Okay, survivability. Yeah, I gotta keep Lauber alive. I mean, he didn't go for Chrysalis. He went into the Psionic Barrier here. And so far, Lauber couldn't really have the impact that he was looking for. He died 5 times. So did Oriel. Kerrigan and Oriel both died 5 times already in this game. And they rely heavily on the Aegis, and it just didn't really work all that well just yet. But it's even talents again. And now we're in the late game, so it's all about the next team fight. Another good engage with Leo is all that you need, I suppose. But off we go. There's the push through the bot lane, pretty much just saying hi. And they're like, well guys, if you're not making a move, we will. So they're coming in here. Fish gets attacked right away. Careful, buddy. Kerrigan on the side, looking for the opening. Combo on Mind Talk. There's the root, and he gets out. Mind Talk is able to jump away with the Horror Pult. And they are retreating. Oh, yeah, that could have been bad. That could have been really bad. Mind Talk, first of all, pogging it out, going for the unstoppable, and Hat has his back as well. Drops the ult and just says, okay, let's make sure that you're surviving, because that would have been it. Can you imagine him dying there? If he dies in that situation, that would have been such a disaster for them. But, well, as it stands, they're still fine. They're still okay. But of course now they have to fight for the objective, and this is where the real party starts, because if the blue team takes it, they're taking game. If the red team wins it, then, well, we might be in for a long one. So let's see what they can do. Where's that buried alive? Where's that Leo engaged? There it is. Catches 3. He gets this out. Couldn't do enough damage. Sonya with a spin to win. And trying to get the damage connected with Mal'Ganis too. Copenhagen has to... Oh, the big one. No, not like this. 1 down, 2 down. They go for the triple. They go for the quad kill. The Donuts with a 5-man wipe. Holy shit. Check this one out. The big ult from Mephisto. And all the damage in the world to drop 5. 5-man team wipe. The core gets attacked by catapults. Mid lane is attacked a little bit, but they just lost everything. 17 kills to 11. The 5-man wipe and Inting for Ruby. Oh my god. Lucio still defending, but there's the attack from the Donuts. They're starting to move in. Lucio's the one dealing with the catapults over here, making sure that they're going to fall, trying to save the keep in the middle. And down at the bottom of the map, after the fort has been eliminated, they're going for a keep. The keep is gonna fall. The keep is gonna fall. And right now, it's just a question of whether or not they can save the core. There's the bait already, trying to burn it down. Punisher gets attacked. Lucio is here. It's a 5 versus 5. Wow. What a turn of events. What a turn of events. They're going for Hogger, and he's pogging away. The fish, stunned, healed, and with a gust, they're trying, but he dies anyways. Mal'Ganis is dead. The keep in the middle on the red team side has fallen. And honestly, the core is going to get attacked soon. Donuts need to end it now. They're going to take damage. If this is not ending the game, then they are in trouble. But they are going for it, of course. And they have all the power in the world. They're getting more kills. Malfurion is dead. Everybody is dead and dying. Had is the only survivor. Not for long. It's another 5-man wipe. The Donuts with a 3-0 victory against Inting for Ruby. What a comeback. GG and well played.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.